Everybody rocking with the Rock Dog. We're out here at the secret morel mushroom spot. Look at this place, ain't this fantastic? You got everything mushrooms want. Nice little creek, high bank on one side, low bank on the other. The low bank on this creek actually is in the morning sun, which makes it even better. This is all built up new dirt. In the last 20 years to about that big tree right there, see the bank's worked its way out to here, it's going that way. This is all brand new dirt out in here. Got some beavers working these willows. These willows hold a lot of mushrooms in them too. Got all these sycamore tree leaves. Look at that. Look how nice that dirt looks down underneath there. It's ready. We'll know what's going to happen in 8 or 10 days around here, but we'll walk around and show you a few things about a place like this that makes this extra special. At any time in Missouri, the creek can get up and ruin the whole deal. And any time it can also just get to right here, and you'd still have that over there, that high spot left, which is a great spot too. Now, it'd be preferable if it didn't flood any of this at all, and we got about 1 inch of rain a week for the next month and a half. And nothing happened, but living around here for a long time, I know the odds of that happening are pretty low. But we always check these spots out right here if they don't get water on them first. See, that side over there is a little bit higher. They'll be over there if this floods, but if this don't flood, they'll come up over here a week or 10 days sooner. Let's take a walk around and look at this. See, there's almost no leaves on the ground. Keep the sun from warming that dirt straight up. There's some piles of sycamore leaves every once in a while, but that's okay because you know sycamore trees are what morel mushrooms want. And you got 3 and 4 kinds of trees morels love here. You got willows that holds up everything by the creek bank there. See, them are only about 10 years old. And you got these 40, 50, 60-year-old sycamore trees and silver maples. You got about an 80-year-old cottonwood tree in there over there too. We'll walk up around and see if there's anything up there. I doubt it, but you never know. It'd be easy to spot out in a spot like this, see, because there's not a lot of buildup or leaves. This gets washed out quite often, but you see these ragweed stalks here. The ragweed will get 10, 12 foot tall in here during the summer. Sometimes that doesn't really impact the morels since they're a spring thing. Now see, you're getting up in here and you're getting to be a lot more litter from the silver maples and stuff, see, and it's a lot more fluffier. And it's not going to get the ground warmed up as much as it will right down there. So you'd expect to see them down there first, and they'd kind of come up on this spot here, but this spot may save you. This is your spot, and the creek don't get up enough to cover this, but it covers up that by the edge there. And then of course you're always going to find a few right over here where it goes from the floodplain to the side of the hill. And in a good year, a spot like that will just be covered with them, and they're pretty easy to see because you're just kind of walking down here at about eye level when you're looking over there, and you can see them really easy. These big giant rocks here will hold a lot of heat too. They're probably about 5 degrees warmer than it is outside, and the sun's not even shining today, so they do gain a little bit of extra heat that way. So a spot like that could have a bunch of nice little gray ones on it anytime now. There was about 4 or 5 great big giant sycamore trees with about half the roots exposed right up in there. That would make me a lot happier. But see, you got a silver maple there. You got some big cottonwoods over here. A little high spot here in case this floods. You got 3 or 4 chances in a spot like this for it to work out okay for you. If it don't flood, you got everything. If it floods a little bit, you got what's left on this side. And even if it floods a lot, it still won't get over the high bank over there unless the Mark Twain Lake gets up to about 625, which could happen. These horse or ragweed patches that I'm in, see them stalks there that are standing up. This isn't too bad. A lot of times when you get into a place that's just solid ragweed and they're like this, only a lot more, the mushrooms are there, but they're all just bent over so bad you got to dig every one of them out, and it's kind of time consuming if it's a good year. We still do it though. Once you find a good patch of mushrooms, it don't hurt to taste of them if they're bent. This is a fantastic spot right here. You'd be able to see them from here to that cottonwood tree if they were 4 or 5 inches tall. There's no witchweed right here. It's just grass. See, this grass will start growing pretty fast, pretty quick. But we'll have time. And some pretty darn nice cottonwood trees there. And some pretty nice sycamore trees and a silver maple there. All that brown stuff on the ground over there, that brush and stuff, they'll come up in that because that'll stay just a little bit warmer overnight with all that brown wood in there holding the heat in there, and the wind doesn't really cool off near as much right there. That pile of weeds over there with right in there, you'd expect to see some in there. I'd have to go look up by that double sycamore tree too, no matter what, because that's in a corner that catches sun all day long. And I know they're down here by that big sycamore tree there because I get them there every year. Not very many, but when you know 20 or 30 places you can stop to real fast, and one day on riding the gravel roads around here, and you go to places you've always found at least a handful most years, some of them places pay off big in a year's time, but you need a lot of places to be able to have continued success and daily success hunting mushrooms in northeast Missouri unless it's a good year. The year everybody's got their picture in the paper, the local newspaper with a cooler full of mushrooms, you can't give them away that year anyway. If the year nobody else gets any in the paper with their picture in the paper and you're sitting on the corner selling them, that's a good year. Hey everybody, we're going to keep this up. We're going to keep showing you little things, 1 or 2 at a time. If you listen close, you'll probably hear some things you never heard before, because this is just local wood lore that we've learned over the last half century walking around in the woods around here. So pay attention and you might learn something. If you know anything we don't know, put it in the comments. You're just helping people out. Remember, you might as well pick mushrooms. They'll be gone in a week anyway. Thanks everybody. Rock Dog out.